I can imagine that this has been quite a challenge to take it to the amazing growth that you've had so far. So, can you tell us a little bit more about like what happened when once you launched and then once, supply chains
Mhm.
halted practically? Like what was that like and how did you overcome that?
Well, definitely it was a nightmare because nobody told me how to write COVID in a business plan. I had no
Right.
clue in
Yeah.
that. But, well, the whole world went through it. Some people thrived, some people pivoted, some people just had to stop what they were doing. So we were fortunate enough to realize that though we were making zero sales, why? Because there was nobody who was partying, there was nobody who wanted a better, sustainable alternative single use disposables because nobody was in the mindset of shopping or
Hmm.
hosting or entertaining because the world was shutting down and so were the lives of people. But what we did find was a lot of people, a lot of consumer was spending time at home like 24/7, 365 days, and they were spending a lot of time in the kitchen cooking. And I think that was a pain point for people, like a dish full of sink. Just imagine that. If you have that for a number of days constantly, and if you are a parent, a person at home with a lot of kids, a big family, or just not having to worry about dishes in the sink for all the time, because I think on an average, people struggle to cook or spend 30 minutes just on cooking. And
Wow.
on top of that, if you have to add on dishwashing, imagine the pain people have. And that was a time when a lot of people realized they didn't want to do with dishes and they were slowly looking for paper plates or plastic plates or whatever that looked like. And we found that niche, that consumer who we could solicit that, hey, are you looking for a better alternative? Because now this is about a planet that we all share. And if you want to really get to the statistics, which is in USA every year, you know how much of paper and plastic waste is generated?
I actually, so I heard something, I don't know how much is wasted or generated, but I know that only like 14% of all plastic is actually recycled, which
Yes.
is staggering because we think that we're recycling so much and we're actually not at all,
Yeah,
right? It's
that is
misleading, very misleading.
exactly. And that is the latter part of what you're using and how that's being disposed. But coming back to the first question, like
Mhm.
how much of it is being generated